So, poison, does it work? Is it useful? Can it be used anywhere effectively? That is what we will be testing this video, and I just want to show you the two heroes I'm planning to use. I've built them up with some rough gear. The first one is Kook. I don't know how they want to pronounce him, I call him Kook. So the first one is Kook. He is a rare marksman, goblin fella. He has a pretty standard range, and he applies poison a bunch. As you can see, I've got him geared up. He's got like nearly 9k health. He's got about 5.7k attack. And most importantly, I have given him plus a 376 attack speed, dropping him up to nearly 500 attack, which drops his interval down to 1.2 seconds, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the only really important thing about trying to build this guy. So you can see I've gone for attack speed as much as I can get. I've got attack speed main here, and then the marksman set. Anyway, the reason why I'm just stacking attack speed up the wazoo is his default attack has a 30% chance to inflict poison, which lasts for 4 seconds. And poison deals 1% of the target's max health per second, stacking up to 3 times, lasting 4 seconds in total. The duration is refreshed on applying a stack, I believe. So yeah, you want to shoot as much as you can for this 30% chance to proc to get as much down as you can. He also has an ultimate that fires an arrow which does it guarantee to inflict poison, which will be part of the stacks. And he has an auto where he places a trap, which also inflicts poison. So he has a bunch of different ways. I'm hoping with enough attack speed it will make sure that the enemies stay at 3 stacks, so they are taking 3% max health per second. So that's the concept behind using Kook. And the other hero I've got, which I haven't really built, as you can see, is Cutter. He's one of the guys they give you in a tutorial. He is not built particularly well. I haven't bothered to. I don't really want to throw a lot of resources at a common unit, so as you can see he's not promoted up, and I've just auto selected gear on him. Let's just quick equip a bit more. Okay, sure. We'll quick equip a bit more, just so he's got a bit of health, because otherwise he'll die immediately wherever I test him, most likely. And I haven't given him a great deal of attack speed. I'm mainly using him for his dagger throw, which guarantees a poison, and this is a bit of extra poison as well. It's just to max things if I'm not able to apply 100% free stacks with just Kook. So that's it. That's the plan. I have 2 heroes that can apply poison fairly often. Kook is the main one I'm going to be building on this time. So let's see how good he is. So I think we can all agree the best place to test this is in the guild boss. Now I already did a run earlier, so I will just show you individually how this works. Then I'll show you the stat screen from my previous run where he lasted all the way until just near the end, and then I'll talk a bit about the result. So check this out. First up, we'll just have Kook down to see how well he applies poison and how much damage it does. And so we'll have Dolores to keep him alive, and we'll have Kook back here. So 1 hit, 2 hit, poison's up, poison ticks 4920. So 100 times that is the boss's max health. So 492k is what the dragon effectively has. 2 stacks is 9840, which is double 4920. So the boss's max health doesn't change, which we kind of knew already. The guild boss has a fixed health pool, which is kind of a pain. And the max is 14,760. So with a poison build, you can effectively do 14,760 damage per second if you have maintained 3 stacks, which is pretty crap, right? I think we can all agree that that's completely rubbish. If I just chuck down Wrath outside of Dolores' buff, he's going to pump out way more than that. I mean, maybe you could think, well, this could be useful if you're trying to clear for the first time or get some rewards, but it's just not high enough. The increment isn't quite that high. So yeah, you can pretty much predict where this is going to go. 304k, it doesn't seem that bad, but it really is in the long term, and I'll show you exactly why it's not very good. He wasn't applying it up to 3 stacks all the time, but I did let a run through go through earlier where I was using Kook. You can see, yeah, I did hit a reasonable amount, but that's not because of Kook. So you can see he was way down here on 1.4 million damage. So he made it almost all the way through the fight. He died just as the 3rd shield went up and got replaced afterwards. His health pool with my gear on him isn't enough for him to survive the meteors in the 4th stage of the boss fight in Nightmare 3. So it's just, unfortunately, he just can't really function. He doesn't do enough damage. Poison just isn't high enough. I did test this in Nightmare 4 as well, and I learned that in Nightmare 4 the procs are 5,250 at 1 stack. So the maximum HP is 525k versus the 492k in Nightmare 3, so there's not a great deal of difference there. I guess we could check easy mode. Let's give that a go. Let's see easy, how much damage Kook does. because if the stacks are high still early game, then it might be a really good early game team. I hadn't considered that. Late game it doesn't work. That's pretty much proven at this point. However, how good is this early game? 180. It is atrocious early game. Okay, that's really unfortunate. They had an opportunity there to do something kind of fun. So 540 damage ticks at 3 stacks is just not good enough either. I mean, you can see he's massively out hitting it as just a kook. So poison is awful. Not too surprising. I wanted to test it. I thought it would be a bit of fun. I don't think we even need to use cutter to test having the stacks up more frequently. The damage just isn't high enough. I don't know anywhere in the game where you might actually want to use poison. It's kind of just a weird stat. But anyway, very, very short video. Just wanted to show you my little testing around the poison mechanic and around kook. I think poison could change in future to maybe be useful. It's a thing that's very prevalent in these games, as I'm sure you know. But at the moment, stacking only 3 times and having a short duration, it's just not going to work, especially with only 1% max HP damage, and especially when the guild boss's HP is so low, the total 500,000 on Nightmare 4 is not, it's just not good enough. When you've got Salazar's critting for over 300k on their ultimates, the ticks from this poison are just pathetic. So don't bother. Basically, the summary to the video is kook sucks, cutter sucks, poison-based heroes are not useful currently, so don't waste your time building them. But it was a fun little test. It's always fun to try these things out. I'm going to try and do some more stat tests in future. I want to do some more proper testing on healing effect, which I might get started on now. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for the quick watch, guys. Take care, have a nice day, and bye-bye.